Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. I'm locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, I'm all yours. Locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, your will, your will. Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. Have a collision with purpose, 'cause you know that you're worth it, and your dream is worth capturing. If I'm not living on purpose, then none of it is worth it. My assignment is uplifting souls for the King, souls for the King, souls for the King.
Hello everyone, and welcome to In the Spotlight. This is the home of Unfiltered Conversations. This is where real talk is what we do. I am none other than Donna Thompson.
And I'm Dr. Laxley Stephenson, and together we're your moderators. Wow. Donna, what's happening? What's happening?
Oh my gosh, a lot of things is happening. What's not happening? I feel like I haven't been here for a moment.
So you're feeling what is real, right? Because you haven't been here for a moment. But you know, before we start cutting it up, we have a special guest host tonight. And I want you to just bring her on. And she's actually on, but just introduce her.
Sure. So we have none other than Miss Sharon Thompson that is joining us, and as you can see, we share the same last name here. And Sharon, she is actually from Kingston, Jamaica, and she she migrated to New York some years ago. And she, lived there for many years, where she worked in the housing authority, where she served as, liaison between landlords and tenants. And with that, she has, definitely built a love for serving her community and giving back to her community. With that, she became certified in being a community activist. Just, based on her passion. And she's always trying to serve the underserved individuals in her community. So wherever there's events, she's definitely, you'll see a face that is there, which of course is awesome. But I'm not going to tell you everything about Sharon, because then she won't have anything left to say about herself. So I'm definitely going to, have her share with us more details about who she is and what she does, and speak about her passion that she has.
Let's pass the mic to Sharon.
Hello, everyone. Sharon Thompson here. So I'm in Georgia, and actually born, like you said, Donna, in Kingston. And so I went to the Mavisville Preparatory, because we have a pride. I mean, when we say that, we say it with such pride, because anyone who's been to Mavisville Preparatory in Vineyard Town, it's one of those badges that we wear with honor and pride. And then
Mhm.
from Mavisville, I went to Camperdown High and then went to New York to finish my education. You said it right. I mean, I worked with the New York Housing Authority, but there, I mean, I saw it. I knew I had it in me. I didn't tap into it early enough because I mean, I was doing stuff. I was volunteering. I was getting involved in politics here go in and volunteer my service with the soup kitchens in Manhattan, doing all sorts of stuff. But, it was just not enough. And so honestly, it I went on and I would volunteer here, I'd volunteer there. And when I realized it wasn't enough, I said, you know what? Whatever the cause is, it doesn't matter what it is. I don't care what island, what nation, I'm jumping in. So that's where my face became a regular, so to speak, around town. I mean, I just had to do what needed to be done. So I'm just one of those people, I call myself the servant because I mean, wherever I can pitch in and serve underserved and especially young people, that's where my passion is. So when I connected with the likes of Laxley and Gary G and all these other sources, forget it. The rest just became so natural to me. You were about to say something, Loxley. Go ahead.
No, no, no. I'm listening to you, talking about the
Yes,
life of living in service and just, realizing the alignment. And I know
yes,
Donna will have to say something about that because, not only do you share the same last name, you have so much in common because I know, Donna, you live a life of in service and you're doing so much.
correct.
So, listening to what Sharon is saying must be quite interesting and intriguing to you. I think Donna is having some connectivity issues.
Yeah, I can see
You
that.
can
Yeah,
tell.
she's frozen.
Donna, you was
So she's
frozen a
back.
little bit. It's that Jamaican heat.
Yeah, now I'm back.
Jamaican heat, man.
More like the independence heat, the pre-independence.
So, did you hear Sharon was talking about her being that servant, that person, that servant leadership, and just wanting to do more and more and more and more until she can't do it anymore. So, and I was just saying that's you guys have that in common, not just the last name, but just that commitment to service, to doing, to doing, to doing. So,
Right.
you'll have something you'd want to say about that. Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. I heard that before. Unfortunately, I got a little bit interrupted there with the internet because of course I'm, out of the country. But yes, I definitely can, relate to your passion, Sharon, for serving the community and especially the younger children, and trying to nurture them and giving them hope, right? I definitely can relate to that. So, wow, I'm looking forward to even doing more stuff with you in Atlanta, Georgia, and in other areas.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, there's always a need. I mean, no matter where you go. I mean, just
Mhm.
a need and to plug in. I mean, you're never bored. There's never enough to be done, is what I'm saying. I mean, you can never outdo, what needs to be done. You just keep doing, and that's it. Just jump
And,
in.
and the work is heavy, so much to
It
be
is.
done, right?
Yeah,
And if you're called to do it, then that's what you do. You do it. And you
Right.
that's it.
always try to do it. So let's shift focus a little bit, Donna. I want to talk about what is happening in a collision with purpose world. So we have some big things, and keep in mind that this is our anniversary month, our second year. So we want to celebrate it as well, right? We want to get the word out there. So some
Yes.
things happening, but one thing I want to talk about shadows within. I'm going to play a quick clip of the video, and then you can talk us through it, okay?
Sure.
Caught in the web of what they said, lost in the expectations, living in hesitation. I walked in other shadows. Deep inside, a fire burned, a whisper turned to a roar. I am liberated from walking in other shadows. I walk in my authentic self, breaking chains within. From the shadows to the light, a new life begins, shining darkness to find the real me. No longer bound by others' rules. Let your spirit soar. With every step you take, you are stronger than before. I am liberated.
All right, that's Shadows. In the interest of time, we're going to cut it because we have a guest backstage that we want to bring on. So, Donna, talk to us about Shadows Within.
Yeah, so Shadows Within, of course, is it's a book that will be coming out in 2025, which will consist of several co-authors' stories, and basically just speaking about a journey to liberation, right? And it's your journey of how you basically have found yourself to now be that authentic person who you are and who you were created to be, and your path, the journey that you had to go through to get you to this place now where you can stand on your own platform and say, this is who I am, this is where I'm supposed to be, and I'm comfortable in my skin, accept me for who I am, and just kind of like talking through your journey. And it's coming from a place of where many, a lot of times we've lived a life of in what we say others shadows, right? And their expectations, whether it's your parents, your friends, your family, your husband, your children, society, all these various things that have put expectations on your life, as far as who you ought to be. And you get to a point where you realize that it has served me no good. It has served me no purpose. And you've probably spent your life just, in a circle trying to find yourself. And now you've just gotten to the point where you've even though you embrace those experiences, but now you realize that you've spent so many years living a life that was really not yours, but someone else's. And now you've gotten to a point where you can say, this is authentically who I am. And just sharing your story, your trials, your tribulations of how you overcame those things and you got to where you are. So that's what Shadows Within is basically about. And we are looking for approximately 20 to 21 co-authors who have a story and they want to share their story with the world. Because once you share your story, it's no longer yours, right? It's for the readers, the individuals whose life will be impacted and whose life will be changed for better once you've shared your story. So I'm excited, and that will be coming out in 2021, and of course under the A Collision with Purpose umbrella. So I'm looking forward to that.
And that'd be 2025.
Yes, I'm sorry, 2025. 2021. Oh my gosh,
yeah, I don't know what happened, Laxley. We don't need to know what happened in 2021.
I don't know. Something happened in 2021. Yeah, I kept saying 2021.
No, you're so right. Well, Sharon, I haven't had so many conversations with you in the last couple weeks. I think this is a topic I want you to touch on. Because you're one person that speak about being authentic, who you are. So what are your thoughts about this Shadows Within?
Oh, I love this. Oh my God. I mean, she hit the nail on the head right there, because you know what? It's just how we were raised, how we were conditioned, orientated. We were trained pretty much to live, have our parents, because that's what it is, our society or our circles would live vicariously through us. So whatever it is, they would push us. You should be this, you should be that, you should do this, you should do that. But when you get to that place of realization, you realize, oh my God, the only chains that you really had were the chains that you placed on yourself, the limits, because we break free. And all of a sudden we realize we're breaking free from what? Other people's expectations of us. And so it's liberating, like you said, it's really freeing to be who you are, your authentic you. So whatever it is that makes you tick, I mean, you get up every day and you go, you know what, I want to do this. This makes me so happy. I'm thrilled to do this. That's where I am. I mean, I just want to be able to serve and just keep serving. When I get out of my space and I speak to people who I know, I mean, honestly, like I can relate to. In other words, they're saying to me, Sharon, oh my God, I looked at you and I thought you were this, you know what I mean? And not that. And I'm saying, no, no, I'm cool. I'm who you think I am. I'm that person. But the bottom line here is that we live a superficial life. Most of us, a lot of us, we have these veils on because of how, how society wanted us to be. And so when we go ahead and just say, hey, I like dance, I like dancing, I like this, I like that, whatever it is that makes you who you are, that's your makeup. People tend to have more relatability to who you are. And that's what I mean, Loxley and I talked about it a couple of times. I mean, I always lived because I wanted to be that good child, that good young lady growing up, but I was a tomboy. So now people see me and they go, "You were a tomboy?" And I'm going, "Yes, still a tomboy, so to speak." But but you're like, "Oh, I thought you would." No, I climb the tree and I do that's what it is. I do the same things. I do similar things. I do, and I probably do some different things too. So, I mean, honestly, it's the freedom when you get to the place
Mhm.
where you feel free, you just feel free to be me. In other words, that's what it is. You feel free to be who you are, created to be. Goodness gracious.
Wow.
It's liberating. And that's where I am at this age and stage of my life, this young age and stage of my life. Because I lived in a cocoon for a long, long time. And one day I just said, you know what? I'm redeemed.
Mhm.
It's
Enough.
over. Enough. Break them chains. Done.
Mhm.
So I'm here. You
Shadows
know?
Within, A Journey to
Yes.
Liberation. That's what it's called.
Yes.
That's title and subtitle.
Freedom.
Freedom, indeed. Yes,
Freedom.
indeed.
Freedom.
We have a special guest backstage, and we need to bring her on because time is of the essence, and I know
It's
there's
of
so
the
much more
essence.
to say.
Yes.
So I'm going to take a quick break on stage. We're going to stay on stage, and then we bring her on. Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I wake up in the morning and I praise the Lord. I thank Him for His protection and I walk in His steps, declaring that today's provision is set up for me. I love God and I love my friends. I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid. I put on my armor and I read His word, blessing come out of my mouth. Cause I know to whom I belong, I am bold for Christ. Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Loving others as He told me to pray for healing, miracles to see, knowing my identity in Christ, He is in me. I am a bold kid, He loves me, standing firm on His word, proclaiming everything I heard, not afraid because He is with me. Be bold. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold.
Right, bold kids, right? So something coming down the road. My daughters, that's their brand, their product, and it's big. So look out for that, bold kids. All right. So let's bring her on. Sharon, you do us the honor of bringing on our special guest, and Donna, let's give her that drum roll that we so enjoy doing here at A Collision with Purpose. So Sharon, bring her on.
Wow, wow, wow. So who do we have here? We've got Evette Taylor-Reynolds, the president of the American Jamaican Association, Atlanta Jamaican Association. Of When I tell you Miss Evette Taylor-Reynolds is a dynamic leader. I mean, she is uh, one of those, how would I say it? She's a champion of the community. Okay. Where social development is concerned, she was that National Girl of the Year back in Jamaica. I mean, she is served in her community. She was a Miss Jamaica Festival queen. She was a former president in Miami at Barry University. She's an educator. She was an educator in her past life. She was a project manager. I mean, you look at her bio and it's this long because I mean, Yvette has done it. You name it, Yvette Reynolds has done it. Okay. She serves as the current president, but you know what? Before that, she was backup. She was VP. She was secretary. She was head cook and bottle washer with the AJA. She did it all, and she's doing it again. We just want to welcome to the stage, to this platform,
Let's
Yvette
give her the
Taylor-Reynolds.
drum roll, drum roll.
Woo, 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 woo. Come on through, Yvette.
Hello, hello, hello.
Are you there?
Thanks.
Hello,
I'm here.
hello, and
Welcome.
welcome.
There she is.
Thank you for
She's
having me.
royal.
Is that one of your talent? You're also a singer, Sharon?
Who's
No,
Sharon?
I can't sing to. I can dance, but I can't sing to
Okay.
save my life.
Well,
Yeah, but
Yvette is
she's
gonna tell
royal
us.
in her royal colors.
Yeah, she's gonna give you a reason to dance Saturday. This event.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, Yvette, how you doing?
I'm doing good today. I'm doing good. Getting excited about the upcoming weekend and getting through this week to that day. But I'm doing great.
Wow. You got a big event coming up. Can you tell us about that? Share that with our audience.
Absolutely. So annually, the Atlanta Jamaican Association, in collaboration with our 501c3 arm, the AJA Cultural and Educational Fund, we host a celebration of the Jamaican independence and the scholarship awards. And independence, as you know, is a time when we celebrate breaking free from Great Britain. And also, we like to party, so we made it a festive occasion for all these years. I say from 62 to 62, we've been partying every festival. So here in Atlanta, the second Saturday of each August, that's when we celebrate. That gives folks who want to go home for August 6th a break to go out and enjoy and then come back here and top it up. And then the scholarship awards, of course, rewards young lives from Jamaica that are going into tertiary university colleges with a scholarship, as well as young Jamaicans here of Jamaican parentage. We do provide scholarship to those as well, and we award them at the ball.
So, this event is coming up Saturday. How can someone watching purchase a ticket for the event? Because I know this is business and you're driving traffic to the event. So how can they purchase a ticket to come to the event?
Absolutely. It is a fundraiser. It goes towards our charities and, of course, the scholarship. So they can go online at www.atlantajamaicanassociation.org, click on purchase your tickets, and it takes you straight online where you can purchase online. However, some people who don't like to do that, they can call 404-777-9593.
Can they also pay at the gate or the door?
No, unfortunately, because it's a black tie affair where we have to, have the hotel prepare the meals,
Right.
because we do provide a 4-course meal. So the hotel has to have a count prior to the day off.
Okay. So what's the cutoff?
The cutoff will be approximately Thursday.
Thursday? All right. So we need to be pushing this, so we can sell as many tickets as possible. Again, Donna, did you get that information on the website? If we can, let's put that up. Let's blast that out there. I want to get as many people attending this very important event. AJA Evette, correct me, is that a nonprofit organization?
It is.
It's a nonprofit agency. Okay. How long have you been involved with AJA?
I've been involved with AJA since 2010, and I attended the first ball. I was invited, and it was exciting to be a part of something, you know? I had a stepmom who said, you know, my mom told me that you must be a member of something, even a domino team. So it was just exciting to know I could celebrate with Jamaicans in a safe place and had a great and fantastic time. So I joined the association, and coming from a cultural background, I chaired the cultural committee, and then I've moved on to be a parliamentarian, secretary, president, vice president, and now president. And it's a big responsibility because we have a mission that we have to uphold. And the overall mantra of that is that we give back. And in order to give back, we have to fundraise and mobilize the people and also create an environment that people want to be a part of here in Atlanta, because many folks are not going back home, but that heritage is embedded in us. So they still want to share it. And so we have that avenue for togetherness and celebration and pride in country. So that's where I've been with the association.
Yeah. Let me ask you one more question before I turn the mic to Donna and Sharon. Membership. You know, I'm a Jamaican. I live here in Atlanta. I've lived there for quite a while. How visible is the organization? Because there's so much that is happening with AJ that I'm not aware of. And I can venture to guess that many Jamaicans like myself are not aware. So what's the membership like, and what are you guys doing to drive membership?
So over the years, people have come and gone. So we have a database of over almost 3,000 people. However, on an ongoing year, we may have 150 people that are paid up members. And what is happening is that a lot of people who have served for over 20 years, the association is 47 years old. And we have people living today that has been in the association since then. So we find that people are not as mobile as they used to come out. So the goal is to draw some young blood, not only in age, but new to the association. So we do try to send out our newsletter. We go to community events and we recruit folks. And of course, we do the word of mouth. You can become a membership. You can become a member, pay for your membership. An individual membership is only $65 per year if you start in January. After April, actually, it's half that because our year starts in October. So our goal is basically to go out in the community right now and recruit as many members as we possibly can.
Okay. Sharon, Donna, pass it on to you.
You want to go ahead, Donna? Or you want me to jump in? I can jump in. So Evette, you know, like Laxley said, I mean, what drives the organization? I hear you. You go out to different events because there's not an event, and I go to quite a few events, but there's hardly an event that I go that if Evette is not there for the entire duration of that event, she's popping up to show her face because she supports people. And I love that about you, Evette. I mean, you support
Thank
anyone
you.
and everyone. And when I tell you guys, Evette lives in North Carolina to where we are. Okay, South Carolina. I mean, she's all the way up north. But Evette finds herself supporting. And you know what, Evette? Kudos to you. I mean, you're always, but that's your nature. It's innate because I mean, where this organization is concerned, as far as serving Jamaica and serving Jamaicans, you know, within the diaspora. I mean, you've been the beauty queen. You've been, a part of sports. You've been a teacher. You've always served. You've always been in that capacity. A beacon of leadership. I mean, that's just who you are, Miss Jamaica Festival Queen. So I mean, I just can't see anything else. I mean, this is just who you are. To get the youth though, because sometimes I don't think there's so much of a hard sell. I think they're touch, the microwave generation, as we call them. They want to see. And I'm doing my best, because I mean, I definitely, like you said, I love my seasoned people. I call them. I don't call anybody old, because I'm not old. I don't believe in that part. But we want to drive a good mix of, members, because it's a really great organization that you have. But then you find that you want to invite them in. What's that attraction? What is that attraction that you think would drive young AJA?
So I do have two daughters. They're pretty young, and when I could tell them what to do, I would take them with me to the AJA, and they would volunteer, and they observed. And as they grow up, they still come, but not the way I would love to see them there. You know what I mean? And so I talked to one of my daughter, and she has ideas of what would work. She
Hmm.
has ideas of what would work for the young people, and basically that would be things that they're interested in. So the giving back part will work across generation, but we have to embrace the changes, the music, the activities they like, the food as well that they like. So we have to be open to listening to them. And so my goal after the ball is to work with the board and create activities that will attract young people where we can listen to them and see what they want, and create a group from within them where they can actually lead
I
themselves
think there's a
with
connectivity
guidance
issue right
from
there.
the older folks.
So you have three Jamaicans on the screen here with you, Evette. I know I'm not a member. Donna, are you a member?
No.
Sharon, are you a member? I think Sharon is frozen.
She's frozen.
Hmm.
So
Right. I'm not
I'm working on our membership,
right.
Mr.
But
Laxley.
no, my point is though, so there's so many of us out there because again, visibility, exposure, we don't know much about it. So I think my question really is, how do you get the word out? How do you get the word out to us? I'm ready to become a member. Donna, what do you think about membership in such an organization that represent Jamaicans?
Jamaica. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Right. So what I do, and we have a small membership committee. So what we do once we gather the names, when we go out, whether I meet you in person, one on one, or I came to an event and I got your name, we follow up with you, and we
Mhm.
share with you how you can become a member. And there are different ways: in person, online, through the mail, and then we invite you to the events. We're in the process of creating new members events that can attract people, and we get to know them. So it's not that we don't meet people, but the association is a voluntary association. So there's not a staff that sits there and do things. But talking about young people, we can get assistance from young people who need credit hours that can also reach out to these people that we meet when we go out there as well. So as I mentioned, if I meet you, I encourage you, and so forth. So right now we're doing the word of mouth, and we just have to keep on pushing that and be very, not aggressive, but proactive with attracting new members and keeping the new members. That's important.
Donna,
Yeah, I was gonna ask that as well. You know, like how you're attracting those new members, especially with the younger people, and even with the membership. Um, what what is the expectation of each member when you become a member? What's the expectation? Is it just to pay for membership and then you do nothing, or do you have like set expectations for members?
So we have committees that handle different parts of the charitable work that we do. And we encourage people to sign on to one of these committees. Or some people do more than one. Like today, we were preparing the committee list, and the lady that I asked to do it for me, she called me and said, but the same people are on the different committees, because some people don't want to serve. They just want to come and enjoy the culture, whatever is presented. So we connect you. We have the education committee. If you're good at doing stuff in terms of attracting scholarship recipients, providing programs, like we have been working on a mentorship program, we lock you into that. So the goal, to answer your question, is to lock you into a committee, whether it's membership, education, cultural, sports, the youth, which has been the most challenging, the culture, the finance committee, if you're a banker, for example. And once we lock you in, then you should have regular meeting with your smaller committee. And then at some point we get together and you're responsible for a task. So for example, we have a decorating committee who will decorate the ballroom. So if you're good at that, you can be locked into that. We have a family relations committee. Today I called the gentleman that's chairing the committee, and I said, can you tell me all the people that passed away? Because we do a memoriam in our annual souvenir journal, which we'll print for the ball. So everybody has a task, and you get locked into what your preference is. Some people will tell me, definitely no, I don't want to do that. This is what I want to do. So hopefully that answered the question.
Yeah, Evette, there are several Jamaican type organizations, Jamaican focused organizations, right? In Atlanta and the surrounding areas. Are there opportunities for collaboration with these organizations, with AJA?
So there are opportunities. So for example, in June, during Caribbean American Heritage Month, we collaborate with the Caribbean at large. Normally we have a big thing downtown, and this year it was postponed due to the plumbing situation down there. But then Queens alumni, they had a Caribbean film festival, and we were a part of that. We collaborated, we donated, we attended. So yes, to your question, just to use those as an example.
There are opportunities, yes. Sharon, are you on?
Yes,
Awesome.
I am. Can you hear me? Yes, I'm
Yes,
here.
just wanted to know if you had another question for Evette.
No, she pretty much answered all my questions. I mean, because my main thing is involvement, and I'm talking about different age groups. I mean, different people, different interests. So that's it. She answered about attracting the youth, younger people, and only because we want to be able to retain them, because I mean, look, they get bored easily. I mean, that's the board. We're talking about bored generations. Everything they do, they don't want to do it more than 2 times. Unless it's their interest. It's something they're interested in. They'll do it all day, all night, every 365. But if we have to get them and interest them. I mean, and that's pretty, to get their attention is pretty.
Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties
With Sharon.
how the internet thing work. So we live, we walk and live with that. But Yvette, you've been the president now for how long?
For 7 months.
For 7 months? Okay,
Yes.
okay. And how long is the term for president?
So it's 2 years.
So far, what is the highlight of your presidency? What is the thing that you relish the most from your term to date?
So in March, we hosted Stephen Golden, a Pan Americanist here in Atlanta, and he gave first lecture on Marcus Garvey here,
Mhm.
Big Bethel Church in downtown Atlanta, which is where Marcus held his first lecture in the United States. And it was very emotional for our small country, our first national hero. And in the church, we were able to see the podium he used 100 years ago and the chair he sat in 100 years ago. And we were able to raise funds between us and the church, talking about collaboration, to buy a plaque and erect it on the wall of the church in memory of that monumental moment when Marcus Garvey was able to deliver to over 300 people, which at
Mm.
that time was fantastic.
And as a
That's
president,
my
as a president, you was instrumental in getting him here.
Yes, because I got a call from Stephen Golden, and I jokingly say this, that as a child growing up, I was darker than most people. And it was in the 70s, when you have people like singers like Joy White singing Black Am I, Black I Will Be. You had people like Michael Manley doing the whole social reform. And I was like lost because I was so black.
Mm.
And I I found a book in the library. I was 12 years old and I read it. And I jokingly said, after I read that, you can't stop me, you know, because he had so much meat, so much thought, so much motivation for the Black man that it just invigorated me, and it just made me a different person at that young age. So when I got the call from Stephen Golden saying he wanted to come and do this lecture, and I know he's been going to Florida to do it, we pulled out all the stop. You come across different obstacles. The church was willing, so we had a venue. All I had to do was to get people there. And it was wonderful. It was just a proud moment to share what our first national hero did in the United States that impacted not only Jamaica, but the world as well. So that's my highlight so far this year. And
So
I'm looking forward to this weekend.
the ball is a big deal, of course. Well, that's quite impactful, right? Having him come up on the whole Marcus Garvey thing, such a historical and impactful individual in the Jamaican culture, and not just the Jamaican culture, in the world at large, right?
Well, mhm.
Marcus Garvey
Yes.
is so big, so huge, bigger than life, and so that's a big thing right there. Looking into the future, right? Looking into the future, what is the one thing that you want to achieve that will say my job well done once you achieve it?
So you say one thing, but
Yeah.
um, so we currently offer scholarships to students in Jamaica, and we give them a scholarship for 1 year. And I don't know what happens to them after that year. So one of my goals is to work with my board and create a path of completion for these students that we give the money for the first year. Because I have a funny feeling that a lot of them could not make it after that.
Mm.
So that's one of the things. If we give you a scholarship, we want to follow you to graduation and after. This weekend there's one young lady. She went to UWI, and two men in the organization, they supported her for the 4 years that she stayed there. And she graduated with her master's in accounting. She has a job. She bought her first car. And one of those gentlemen is flying her here to give her testimony at the ball.
Ooh, wow. I love that.
So it makes sense to follow them through their path and impact those lives, not only for that one moment, but for a lifetime. And then there are other things that I would like to do, but I have to do it with reason. Like historically, I inherited something where the AJA needs to buy a building. And a lot of people are like, you've been around for 47 years and you don't have a building. And I know a building is important because sometimes we have a meeting and the venue that we use, we have to rush to get out of it. So that's one of my focus, to get a building that can host us, but also our Caribbean community. But I also believe that you can do the work without a building. So the work will continue while we smartly get a building, not something that won't suffice the community. So that's one of my goals. And to build a network where we have people that have aged in our community and some don't have family, to be there for them as well. So everything cannot happen all at one time. So over the next year and a half, I will be segmenting and focusing on the things that can be attained within a certain timeline and look at the big picture, which is a mission overall.
Okay. Powerful initiatives there. And I like the education piece, the continuity in these scholarships, because often you find we give and help students, for a term, and then we disappear, and then it's like a Band-Aid, right? Band-Aid fix. So got to stay with them, got to work with them, as long as they're doing what they're supposed to do, of course, because there's a give back to giving and to receive. These students must also be focused. So is there any way to monitor if these students who receive these scholarships are doing what they're supposed to do? Because the one thing you don't want to do as an organization is to give the students who are not utilizing the opportunity when they're with other students, right? So how do you monitor that?
Right, accountabilities. Yeah.
So currently, what I've inherited, I don't have a system to monitor. So part of this new approach is to have a system that monitors. I jokingly tell people, I tell a lot of jokes. I'm a comedian. I tell my daughter I'm a comedian. They say, no, you're not. But I got a $250 scholarship from a group in Lake Worth, Florida, from the Seroptimist Club. And those people followed me. I was going to Barry University. They followed me until I graduated. I had to go with them to tea, that kind of stuff. But they paid an interest in continuing a relationship with me. And that's why, or one of the things that we would have to put in place if we are given scholarships. And the volunteer part of it is a challenge. So we have to get people that can commit to making sure that there's communication, a reporting system, like how did you do this year? We could celebrate it. If you got a good three point something or whatever you're doing, if you're struggling, we're aware of it, because this one young lady that's coming, her stepdad died and he was a source of income in the household. And because of that, someone became aware, and they assisted her. So communication with the student, and that would have to become part of the agreement to get the initial scholarship.
So here at the Collegium with Purpose, we're in the scholarship business. We give scholarships as well, and not always easy to manage it, but we try our best to do that. So we try to hold students accountable, and one way we do that is through the grades.
Mhm.
We keep a tab and make sure that the grades are up to par. Because what you find is there with so many students out there needing requiring scholarships, needing support, you want to make sure that the right ones are getting it, ones who are going to capitalize on the opportunity, right? So where are these students located, the ones who are receiving these scholarships? Are they in Jamaica? Are they local here in the Atlanta area? Where are they?
It's both. So over the last few years, we've given a lot of scholarships to Jamaican. And some folks are of the opinion that the Jamaicans need it more than the people in the United States. But this year, I try to create a balance where we did provide scholarships here as well, because some are needs based, some are just achievement based. But it's important because we're fundraising here as well to create a balance. So our process basically is we contact the guidance counselors in Jamaica, we get the application out, and we encourage them to apply. And then here we do the same thing as well. And then there's word of mouth. There's a website. There's a newsletter that we send out that promotes the scholarship and the application timeline. So over the years, we have had a balance.
Here in the
Okay.
United, here in Atlanta and in Jamaica. Okay,
In Jamaica,
okay.
yes.
Okay. Sharon, you were saying?
Right. So she answered a part of the question that I had. But the other part, the other piece of that is, and I know that goes back to mentoring because I'm also a mentor. And so I've done mentoring throughout the years. And what, to your point, Loxley, okay, so as you said, Doc, really accountabilities. I mean, because it's a lot for you, Evette, and even your committee. So you have your board, but then you have committees. I mean, like the scholarship committee or mentors within that, within the committee, because you can't do that as the president. You cannot possibly do. I know you're a magician from what I've seen you do all these 7 months, especially, but over the years. But as far as criterions of selecting your students, I mean, because truth be told, I've been to quite a few AJA balls over the years, and my godson is one of the recipients. Okay, he was one of the recipients 4 or 5 years ago. I can attest that he did very well. I mean, this young man is an engineer at Microsoft. Okay, and so he's doing well. He did very well at in college, and so that was a good lift for him, a good boost for him. But as far as tracking them, I mean, honestly, I don't want to put my hat in the in the ring, but honestly, I'm determined to even try to get a group or get something going to assist you with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and put myself out there because that would be really nice. So we can say, hey, Jamaica is small, but it's big. And so we've got schools, say, and I'm just putting it out there in Kingston, but then we have schools in Clarendon, we have schools in Manchester, we have schools in Westmoreland, Doc. We've got schools all over, and there's so many scholarships out there, but it's just great to be able to spread the wealth around. So, like you said, there's students right here in our backyard and of Jamaican heritage that are struggling in college, and all they need is just a little top up, a little boost. So it's just a matter of identifying them. So if I may suggest, I can talk to you off air about, possibility of doing a mentoring program or an accountability slash mentoring program. And accountability, I mean, to have these accountabilities put in place so we can, have some stuff streamlined. That'd be really amazing. But it's a lot on your plate. So in connection with Donna and and Doc over there, I'm sure there can be some collaboration as far as you know getting you some help, some much needed help to pull you over that hump.
Absolutely, and thank you for putting yourself out there. And that's what we need. We need the talent in the different areas that we're in. So definitely, everyone, you all of you are welcome, and I would look forward to that. So that would be something that would be great.
So Sharon, thanks for falling in line and real talk, unfiltered. Just say what's on your mind. So Donna, we're talking about mentoring and scholarship, something that we are deeply involved with at Global Humanity Network and A Collision with Purpose. Do you want to jump in on this conversation?
I got unmuted there and muted back. But yeah, absolutely. I love everything that you're saying, Evette, and it's so in line, and aligned with what we do at A Collision with Purpose and Global Humanity Network. One thing that you said, and I definitely would love to see that fruition, is extended those scholarships to individuals here, because we know that we do have a lot of our youngsters that they may get scholarships from Jamaica to go to the States to study, but of course we know that it's quite costly, so sustainability is very challenging for them. So it would be awesome to have a support system at AJA that can kind of filter those students coming in to kind of help build them and continue to support them in their studies while they're abroad, with accountability and everything like what Sharon was speaking of putting in place. I think it would be awesome having a platform for them to, when they come to the States, they can connect with, regardless of where they're going, right? Mm-hmm. Regardless of which state they're going to study, which schools they're going to study, but having like a home base that they can kind of filter into.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Also, can we take a quick break and come back and have final questions for Evette?
Absolutely.
Sure.
All right.
In a forge of life where strong survive, a tale is written of hearts that strive. Through fire and flame they find their way, becoming iron where courage holds sway. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Becoming iron, shining in the night. The brave man faces the darkest night. The empowerment fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong. The inspired man knows where he belongs. Together they rise, conquering fears. Becoming iron through trials and tears.
Right, becoming iron through trials and fear. Another project, A Collision with Purpose. Yeah, that is the brother to the Shadows Within. Even though I should say that Shadows Within is not gender specific, right? And it can be male, female, or whatever.
Right.
But with becoming iron is just men.
Yes.
It's an anthology about men. Now you hear the conversation there. We're talking about the brave man, the resilient man, the empowered and inspired man. So we're by invitation only. We're inviting authors to participate with this anthology, and it's coming on great. And it's going to be a template for us men how we should operate within our space. So
Mm.
big stuff, big stuff. Another thing that we do here at the Collision with Purpose. So yeah, I know Yvette, you're on a schedule. You're very busy, so we're not going to keep you here too long. So is there anything else you want to add that you have not said?
Yes, I talked about the purpose of the Independence Ball and the scholarship awards, but I just wanted to highlight who will be there. So I'll start with the music. We'll have Mikey Sparkle with DJ Cold Rice. I don't know how he comes up with that name, but he'll be there to play for music for all genre, and also for all age group. And then we have the homegrown band, the SWAT band, which did awesome last year. We danced all night, and they're back by popular demand. And then our host is Will Hart. You know, Will been like doing the circuit, but I like Will. Will is funny, and so that's part of it. But our keynote speaker is Keshia Thorpe, 2021 Global Teacher Award prize winner, which is basically a Nobel Prize or a Nobel Peace Prize. And she's an educator out of Maryland. Went to school in Jamaica, St. Andrews, and she got a track scholarship. Outstanding educator. This June, she was inducted into the National U.S., of course, National uh, Teachers Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Miss Thorpe there. So she'll be our keynote speaker, and I think she'll deliver some great information. So for me and you now, Dr. Laxley, our special performer is from Westmoreland. You know that, right? Mr.
Um,
Roy Ryan.
all
So
right.
Roy, yeah, Roy will be entertaining us. Um, he'll be doing he's a four-time festival song winner out of Jamaica, and
Mm,
he'll be doing his four songs plus a series of cabaret songs. So he's gonna entertain us. He's an entertainer.
Mhm.
And
wow.
I don't, with the night we have packed for us, I wish we could stay longer. So everyone is encouraged to come out. There's going to be something for you if you like soca, old time music, new time music, and yeah, like some people they just like the reggaeton and stuff like that. The Afro beats, which you all know is a mixture of reggae and calypso. Uh, but
Mhm.
something is going to be there for everyone. If you just want to hear a speech, you got that. And the food, we did the tasting. It's awesome. We
Wow.
have chicken and we have fish and we have vegetarian. So there's something for everyone.
Little bit of something for everybody.
Everybody.
Little bit
Yeah,
of this and a little bit of that.
Ah,
absolutely.
all right. All right.
Now,
So, Sharon, is there anything in the closing arguments?
closing, just want to say, wishing you all the best. I mean, you and your board. I mean, the AJA. Just wishing you an outstanding, Independence Ball, a gala. So, and it will
Thank
be
you.
when it's all said and done. You'll wake up Sunday morning, better yet Monday morning, and go, "Whew, I did it. I did it. We did it." And that's what it
Absolutely.
is. It's a done deal. It's a done deal.
Mhm.
So I know the last minute
Thank you.
is, but it will be a huge success. Madam President, we just want to say congratulations and hey, look forward to collaborating with you in the future. We're going to get this done.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. My pleasure.
Yes.
Big things are one.
Big things.
Yeah.
Big things.
Yes.
Well, it was indeed a pleasure to be here. It was like hanging out.
It
Um,
was, right? Well,
yeah.
yes, it was. Donna, what you have to tell us? All the way
But
from me.
it was definitely great having you join us, Yvette, and I've definitely learned more about the Atlanta Jamaican Association, and I look forward to learning more, and even possibly, doing some collaboration with the organization. So definitely, looking forward to learning more about what the organization is doing.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
So you
And
see, what is
yeah,
happening is there are so different pockets of Jamaicans here, there. And I'll be one to tell you, there's so many of my friends that have no idea, no knowledge about AJA. And if they
yeah,
did, they would probably, if even if they're not a member, they would probably make a donation or contribute somehow. So
yes.
my suggestion, and it's only a suggestion, we got to get the word out. Share, share, share. We're going to spread the word. Because I remember attending a ball, goodness, years ago, and I have not been back to one. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know what was going on. And I know, like, I don't know what Donna will say about that, but there are so many of us, and we're doing things in Jamaica, we're here in the community. So we're living and supporting and building our culture.
Mhm.
But yet we don't know that you're supposed to be the premier Jamaican organization, right? In Atlanta, in Georgia, but yet it's almost like it's a secret. Mhm.
Yeah, so we definitely have to change that,
Yeah.
and that's the goal.
Mhm.
Um, so after the ball, the the page turns to the next page, and
Mhm.
you will definitely. I'll take your word. Get the word out and work on that. We respect all the organization because in the diaspora here in Atlanta, because everybody does something for their school.
Mhm.
uh, we had a thing called Rep Your Parish, and we said not everybody went to as a high school in Jamaica,
Mhm.
but everybody come from a parish, and we raised over 40 something $1,000, yeah, in 2022,
Mhm.
and we just did 14 projects in Jamaica, one in each parish, and that is something that we're revitalizing as well. So, like with the hurricane burial relief that we're doing, we're focusing on the parishes that got damaged, but we're going to be doing that under our Repu parish. So we got like St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Manchester, parts of Clarendon, and little parts of Portland and St. Thomas. So that's one of the things we're going to do. But we're going to get the word out. I like those words. If you see me play with those,
Mhm.
your words.
All
So,
right. All right. Awesome. So before Donna closes us out, I just want to say, I just want to leave a challenge for anyone listening, anyone who watch the replay, and for us on the platform. Today I challenge you to set clear intention for your day and for tomorrow. Focus on what you want to achieve, how you want to feel, and the impact you want to make. I want you to ask yourself these questions. What is my main goal for today, for tomorrow? How can I stay aligned with my intention throughout the day? What actions can I take to manifest my desired outcome? Now, it's important that don't just go through the motions. Instead, approach each day with purpose and clarity, directing your energy towards meaningful and intentional living. So that is my piece, last piece. And Donna, you can say thank you to our guests and close us out.
Sure. I would like to say thank you to our guests this evening, Miss Evette Taylor-Reynolds and Miss Sharon Thompson, our co-hosts for this Monday evening. A special thank you to all our guests who joined us, who took the time to tune in to our program this evening. We are very humbled and grateful that you have joined us, and we hope that the information that was shared with you, you find it to be beneficial to your soul, and you will jump on board and support the Atlanta Jamaican Association. They're doing great things, of course, in Jamaica and also within the community here in the Atlanta, Georgia region. So definitely connect, support, go out, join them this Saturday. Make sure you purchase your tickets by Thursday so you could have your seat at the ball. I'm quite sure Miss Evette laid it out. It's going to be a fun packed event. Plan to dance, and, have a great time. But with that, you all be blessed. And thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful rest of your evening, and be safe for the rest of the week.
All right. I'm going to ask you guys stay backstage, okay? For a
Sure.
second. I will close out.
Like in my decision to have a collision with my